So I'm going to show you how to make a buttercream rose with a rose nail, a small rose tip, and a pair of scissors. So first you want to make a center. Some people use the round tip. I don't see the need to change the bag. So you're going to move it so it rolls in between your fingers like this. That's your movement. Movement with your bag is an up and over. So the first movement, we're going to put the middle. Just hold your tip there, turn your rose nail, make a circle. You're going to go up and over, squeeze and release. You got to spin your rose nail as you're doing this. And it's a squeeze and release. You got to let that icing go. And as you get further down the rose, that's why I make a big base, so you can make a bigger rose. I like to angle the petals out a little bit. Now to transfer, you take your scissors. You just want to leave them about that open. You don't want to cut the rose off the rose nail. You want to gently lift the icing and place it down. Close your scissors, and there you go. So open it up. I'm going to give it a little spin. It's resting on the scissors. I'm going to place it down, guide it with the rose nail, and there we go. Do another rose. Nice big centerpiece in there. Spin it to give the middle. Up and over. You don't need to worry about the excess icing because the petals are going to hide it. You can make these roses any size you want. And I like to lift it near the bottom, even though the rose doesn't go that far. We're going to hide that with leaves after. Roses take a lot of practice. My favorite part is doing this in front of a preschool class. They do walkthroughs where I work. There you go. Now if you want to accent with that, you can add rosebuds. You want to keep your tip fairly clean. So you've got a narrow end and a fat end with the rose nail. You want to keep your fat end down. And it's just a little up and down motion for a rosebud. Up and down, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Add some leaves on that, and there's a nice little bouquet of roses for a birthday cake. Now we can do some very large roses as well. So you have a larger rose tip. Gotta make sure you have a good base on there. I love using my extra icing to practice new stuff. Since I already have it there, work it, and if it gets too warm, that's when I throw it in the freezer. A great big beautiful rose. Now when I want to do a variegated rose or a two-tone rose, oops, just lost my tip in my icing. Let's pop that back in there. If you lose your tip out the end of the bag because you didn't put a coupler on it, just pop that tip back in there. Get a spoon out. Give it a little shove down to the bottom. A little wipe down. You'll be good. Just don't squeeze the bag so hard. Where was I? Variegated roses. So I use a colored bag, then I just add some white icing. Trying not to mix it too much. Although, I just blew the bag out, so I think I blew it. Push that icing down. It's starting to lighten up a bit. There we go. So now we've got one end that's going to be lighter and one end that's going to be darker. We're just going to build the rose like before. Nice base. Spin it around and up and over. It makes the ends of the petals or right in the middle of the flower itself a little darker. So adds a little elegance to your flowers. So isn't that a beautiful difference there? Add a couple more rosebuds. There we go. So there's an example of buttercream roses. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.